UK time. Every Tuesday on Facebook. ETO IGBEYAWO.
Let's talk traditional weddings and more with Meettheroyals. Àmọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe wa lórí ètò yìí kó tó di pé a ṣe ń kó wọn. Ṣé èrè pé yẹ ká júbà ọba kọ́dà ayé, ọba ṣẹ̀dá àrùn, ọba lánàá, ọba lẹ́yìn, ọba títí ayérayé kọrin kése. Ẹlẹ́bùrú ìkẹ́, ọba tó ju gbogbo ọba lọ, ọba tó ń gbàdọ̀bálẹ̀ ọba tó tó nípa àmọ́ tó ṣàkọ́ tí ò pa ni tó ṣe pé ṣe ló ń pa ni mọ́. A dúpẹ́ nítorí pé níwòyí ìjẹjọ nígbà tí èmi Olúwàbùnmáyọ̀ Àṣìbẹ̀rẹ̀ tí mo kọ́ orí ètò yìí mo dágbére mo ní mò ń lọ kábọ̀. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ayérayé wípé ó jẹ́ kó ṣeé ṣe fún mi láti padà délé ní láyé láyé àti láyé rere. Mo tún dúpẹ́ pé ó jẹ́ kí n bá èèyàn bí èèyàn yẹn ní bí ẹni. Ẹ̀yin èjìká tẹ̀jẹ́ wò jábọ́ tó jẹ́ kí n bá yín láyọ̀ àti àlàáfíà ògo èèyàn ọlá ní forúkọ mímọ́ yín Olúwa ẹgbẹ́ pẹ́kẹ́ gbà yín wá. Mo tún fàṣìkò náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn ilé-iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ti ń dúró tì wá láti ọjọ́ kìíní títí lásìkò yìí. Ilé-iṣẹ́ kan náà, ilé-iṣẹ́ Delenke Duchess. Pardon mi, ẹ ṣeun gan ẹ kú àdúró tì. Ilé-iṣẹ́ Delenke Duchess ní tó ti ń taṣọ ìyàwó, ti ìyá ìyàwó, ti bàbá ìyàwó, tọkùnrin lẹ́fẹ́ni tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ tọmọdé tàgbà. Anything you want to use for your events, aṣọ ẹbí, anything at all, contact them at Delenke Duchess. They will really help you. They will take the stress out of you. They will do everything that you need. Thank you so much for your support every week. Delenke Duchess, everybody. They sell jewelries, they sell gold, they sell anything. And they are so reliable. Their customer service is top notch. Thank you so much, Delenke Duchess, for your support. Mo fẹ́ fàṣìkò náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ilé-iṣẹ́ kan náà, Celebration International Magazine fún àdúró tì yín. If you want to have your event and you're looking for correct photographers, those videographers that will do your job, and in the next 10-20 years you're still watching your events and it's still very clear, contact Celebration International Magazine. And so they also have part of their business that they will put your event on a magazine, e-magazine and what have you. Thank you so much, Celebration International Magazine. Also Blanco Concept, they are photographers and videographers. Please, if you need any reliable photographer, you need a reliable videographer, very professional, contact the amazing Blanco Concept. Once again, everybody, welcome on board. If you're new on this show, you're welcome. If you've been here, if you're a regular, I appreciate it. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Adebola Adefioye. Thank you, Mommy Joanna Luca. Thank you, everybody. Please, I always say this every week. Do me a favor. Call people. Let people know that the show has started. Call people. Share the post. I've sent the link to us, especially those of us that are on TikTok. Please call people. Let them know that this show has started. The show that we're having today is unique, it's peculiar, it's something that is so important, it's something that's going to help a lot of people, give us lots of understanding, and I believe also that it is going to help a lot of marriages as well. So, please everybody, today, usually we talk about traditional weddings, we talk about what we do in traditional weddings, we talk about on this show, we talk about homes, we talk about marriage, we talk about family, lifestyle generally, and we talk about things that can improve, relationships, you know what I'm saying. So please, ladies and gentlemen, it would be amazing if you can please call people to come and join us tonight, because a lot of people are ignorant of what we're going to talk about tonight, and this is going to shed light on the conversation. This conversation is going to shed light on a lot of things. A lot of people are going to be set free tonight. So please do me a favor, share. Tell people that the show has started. Please, I will give it a bit more time so that people will join, because most of the time when we start the show too soon, people will start coming and saying, "Oh, what are you guys talking about? Can you go back to where we've missed part of this? Can you go back? Can you do that?" So that's why I'm taking my time today to wait for people. If you know anybody that will normally be here and they are not here today, can you please do me a favor? Can you please remind them? Some people forget. Yeah, they forget, and by the time they remember, they come and join us on the show. And then they will start dragging us back, which I really don't want. But if you're on TikTok, you're on Facebook, you're on YouTube, you are on Instagram, continue to click on the love button, continue to tap so that we can know that you're there, and that is going to also keep our live on. If we don't tap, if we don't see anything, obviously it's just a matter of time before they strike the life off, and we don't want that. So please, if you can hear me, you're on TikTok, you're on Instagram, and you're on YouTube, please remember that it's important that we keep the conversation going, keep talking, keep saying things, and then it's going to help us to keep the live show on. Okay, everybody. So, for what we are talking about tonight, I wish I can play this music. Because if I do now, I don't know. Sometimes when you play music, the next thing is just say that Instagram will strike you. It's strike your live off, and we don't want that to happen. So please, if you know anybody, please remind them. I'm just taking my time on purpose. I want to see how many people we can bring on board before we start fully. Because conversations like this, I like everybody to start from the beginning. Welcome on board, Temitope Sikiru. Thank you everybody. Thank you. Please share. Okay, let me see if this is gonna come on. Let me see. Where is everybody? Come on, everybody. We are here. We are back. I miss the day when we used to be able to play music for so long. Nowadays, if you play music for too long, they'll just strike down your life. I don't know why they do that, unfortunately. Okay, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, welcome again on the show. My name is Oluwabumi Oshibere. A lot of people call me Meettheroyals, Alagai Zero, Alagai Joko, MC, Olotu ETO IGBEYAWO with godly swagger. Thank you, welcome on board. As I said to us, please, please share. Tell people that the show has started. To be honest with you, I'm purposely taking my time tonight, waiting for people to join, because I don't want us to miss any part of this conversation tonight. Also, I don't want to go back. When we've started discussing. I don't want to keep going back. I don't want to keep when people say, oh, what are you guys talking about? I don't want to keep going back. That's why I'm taking my time tonight. But we cannot wait forever. Whoever comes, they will join us wherever they find us. No. Yeah, unfortunately, we cannot wait for too long for the sake of those that are already on the show. Okay, for tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start by talking about the topic. I will just summarize tonight's topic to one question, and the topic is, do men really go through menopause? Do men go through menopause? If you think that men go through menopause, respond. You can either type your answer, or you can say yes, or you can, if you are already online, you can unmute yourself and talk to me. Do men really go through menopause? What is the Yoruba name for menopause? I don't think I know. Somebody says yes, they do. Thank you. She says, fine. She has a way of making my head swell. Okay, do men go through menopause? So yes, baba, yeah. You know that song that I played. It says, "Go easy, láti jọmọ ọkùnrin, àfikólúwa kó ayọ̀. Go easy, láti jọmọ ọkùnrin, àfikólúwa kó ayọ̀. Ó ní ká tó sanwó ilé, ká tó sanwó iná, ká tó fowó oúnjẹ sílẹ̀ fáyà nílé." But being a man is far more than just sanwó-ilé, sanwó-iná, and fowó oúnjẹ sílẹ̀ fáyà nílé. There's a lot more to being a man. So I'm asking the question again. Let us start from this angle. because this is actually our, major thing that we're going to be talking about tonight. Do men really go through menopause? Somebody said yes, men do, even more than women at times. Okay, Instagram people, you guys have gone quiet, so you cannot afford to go quiet on me. Ibi Anlola Day, you. Do men go through menopause? Somebody said yes, they do. Another person said yes, men do, even more than women at times. Ìyẹn le o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, kí ni Yorùbá menopause náà? I don't even know. How do you say menopause in Yoruba? Menopause. Does anybody know the Yoruba meaning of menopause? Instagram people, if you are talking, I can't hear you. And if you are not talking, please talk. I need to hear you. Yo, Baba said, I need to know. I think so. Yeah, she said, I think so. But she now puts an emoji to say, that means she's not sure. She's not sure. She thinks so. Okay, people, do men go through menopause? I'm still waiting for more response. And if anybody knows the Yoruba word to describe menopause, can you please say it? I don't even know Yoruba word to describe menopause. Kí ni menopause? I know that when they say menstruation, they will say nǹkan oṣù or nǹkan oṣù or something like that. But when is menopause? What's menopause? I don't think I've ever heard any Yoruba name for the word menopause. But tonight, that is not where we're going. Where we're going is, do men really go through menopause? Do men experience menopause? Menopause might shock me. That's the major thing we're going to be focusing on tonight. And there's a lot that we're going to be talking about regarding that particular topic. It has come as a question. And some people said, yes, they do. Somebody said, yes, they do, even more than women. At times. Then somebody said, I think so. The person is not sure. Thank you, Mommy Susan Laga, for joining us. Thank you, Lord Taylor Word, for joining us. Mommy Joanna Lucon said, yes, they do. Okay. Men, I think majority will agree that men actually go through menopause. Okay. Let's first of all talk. Somebody said, but in the days of our father, they can father a child till 90, depending on their strength. Well, I think when it comes to menopause, that's why we need to first of all talk about the women menopause, so that we don't compare it to the men's kind of menopause. Now, when it comes to women menopause, what are the things that will first of all let us know that a woman is going through menopause? Let's first of all talk about that. What are the things that you begin to experience in your body as a woman that will make you know that when I go menopause, it'll feel day you. Let's first of all talk about that. Because I can see somebody already going quite a lot ahead of me, and that's what I love. I love when people can think ahead of me. When women go through menopause, what are the things that you see in that kind of person that will make you know that this person, I think she's experiencing menopause? What are the things that we can see? Thank you, Mommy Susanna Laga. Baba said, but in these days in the days of our fathers, that they father children to age 90 depending on their strength and blah blah blah. If I can get what your Baba is saying right, is she's trying to say that if somebody has reached menopause, why are they being able to still father a child? Okay, please bring it on, people. Let's type, let's talk, let's send invite, join the conversation. When a woman is going through menopause, what are the things that we see in that woman? Or what are the things that the woman begins to experience that will make us know that this person is experiencing menopause? Somebody has just said no more menstruation, meaning absence of bleeding. There's no more bleeding. Somebody said there will be hot flashes. Yeah, the woman will. Some women, I don't think it's every woman. Some women will experience what we call hot flashes. Hot flushes when it's cold, but you're so hot and stuff like that. Somebody says excessive sweating. Menopause, according to ChatGPT, in the Yoruba language, menopause is commonly referred to as ìdákẹ́jẹ́ oṣù. Ìparí oṣù obìnrin, meaning ìdákẹ́ oṣù, the stopping, quieting of menstruation. This is what everybody is saying. With women experience hot flushes. Now, look at that. Menopause is being described as ìdákẹ́jẹ́ oṣù according to ChatGPT. Thank you so much, ma'am. That means no more menstruation. That means there's hot flushes. You start experiencing the sweat excessively and stuff like that. You start experiencing it. And obviously, when there is no more menstruation, somebody said irritation and stuff like that. These are the things that women experience during menopause. Reduced or lowered libido, which means the woman will be less interested in engaging in any intimacy. These are the things that women experience. In fact, it is a lot. There's a lot that women experience during menopause. Somebody was saying that they have lost memory loss. They can't remember things the way they used to remember things, and so on and so forth. So change in hormone, body change, excessive sweats, you're just irritable and stuff like that. I wish there are more men on this show, because tonight is not about women. Tonight is about men. So if you know any man that will normally be on this show, and you think there's any man that will benefit from this tonight, please call them. Because tonight is not really about women. We've just been able to establish the fact that men also do experience menopause. Now, my question is, if men experience menopause, what is it called? If men experience menopause, what is it called? We call women when there's absence of menstruation, when there is all those things that we experience. Hey, whatever is here, God bless you, ma'am. When there is absence of menopause and absence of bleeding, you start experiencing hot flushes, you start experiencing memory loss and all of that, and they call it menopause. Okay, now when it comes to men, I will say men do experience menopause. What is it called? That thing that men experience that is not menopause, what is it called? When we say a man does not, men also do experience menopause, but what is the name? What's the name? If anybody knows the name that men the name that you call menopause in men, and there must be a name for it. Hey, somebody already picked it up. It's called andropause. Yeah. Susan Alaga says that menopause symptoms varies from individuals. Yes, you are right, ma'am. Now, remember that tonight we said the focus is not on women, the focus is on men. So it has been established that men do experience menopause. We checked the Yoruba name for menopause. So, Mommy Joanna, look on. No, Mommy Susan Alaga, help us to find out the Yoruba name for andropause. They said men menopause is called andropause. Somebody said it's women pause. I like that. If women are experiencing menopause, then the men should experience women pause. I like that. I really like that. But now, on a more serious note, we're talking about the male version of menopause is called andropause. Yes, scientifically it is called andropause. Thank you so much, man. And Seniola Alaga, thank you for joining us. Now, so tonight our conversation is going to be based on that. We've talked about a lot of things that the women go through, the process when the woman start having start having symptoms of menopause. You can have a lot of things. We've mentioned them. I think one of the major one and most obvious one is that there is absence of bleeding. Women bleed. So that's why the Yoruba word for it is probably saying what's it called now? It's saying absence of blood. It says idaduro or something like that. Now we're talking about the men. If the Yoruba name, I'm still waiting for mommy Susan Alaga to help us find out the Yoruba name for menopause in men, which is called andropause. Andropause. I want to know the meaning of the Yoruba meaning of andropause. Yeah. So let's go and check the meaning of andropause. The Yoruba meaning, Yoruba name for andropause. Yeah. Okay, that's a part. While we are waiting for somebody to help us bring us the Yoruba meaning or the Yoruba name to describe menopause in men, which means when men experience menopause, it is called andropause. And we want to talk about how these things occur in men. What symptoms do they have? And I have here as my introductory should I say sentence or whatever. It says most times we focus on the challenges women face in sexuality, especially during menopause. We're going to shift focus to men, highlighting that they also experience changes, often referred to as andropause, which I said, well done to people that were able to get us the meaning the male version of menopause, which is the andropause. Thank you so much for helping us find out. You are right. It's called andropause, which affect their sexuality, emotion, and overall well-being. But I'm not going to be the one doing all the talking tonight. The reason I read that to us is that this conversation is about creating awareness, and then also to put balance and understanding that both men and women do go through significant changes that deserve attention and support. Because a lot of times we women will yeah, they understand menopause, they're the one that menstruate, they're the one that ovulates, I'm not underestimating or undermining the kind of thing that women go through, but at the same time we are not in this men's body, so we cannot really understand what they go through. I wish I have more men on here tonight, because we are able to tell. This is another thing why men don't get the attention they deserve. You know why men don't get the attention they deserve? Because most men, they don't bother to come on platforms like this to come and express themselves. We will cry out when a woman is going through menopause. They will say it. Oh, I'm going through menopause. Then, of course, apart from the absence of blood, my hormone has changed. You can't understand. This is where I'm feeling. But when men are going through their own menopause, which is called andropause, what do they go through? We need, if we have men on this platform, and another thing is, we are not ashamed to discuss our there's a saying in Yoruba that says, the finger that hurts, you don't hide it under your shirt. You need to bring it out so that everybody can help you look at it and find solution to it. I think our society has really kind of compelled men to learn to be quiet, even when they are in pain, even when they are not comfortable, even when I don't think the society encourages it. But as men tonight, we can only help what we know. If we don't know, we can't help. And we can also insinuate or misinterpret or get you wrong. So if we have any man on the show tonight, and if you're just joining us, we're talking about men's sexuality, especially andropause, which is the male version of menopause. What are the things that men go through? It's so obvious because we stop bleeding. That's number one. We stop bleeding. And after menopause, I am not sure if women can still have be fat. I don't know if they can still be fertile, so in the absence of bleeding, I don't know if a woman can still be fertile. But that's another thing we're going to be looking at tonight. In men, can they still be fertile after menopause, after andropause? Sorry. Now somebody has helped me out, so yay! This is why I love to have you on the show, Mommy Susan Alaga. Mommy Alaga says that some men do not even know if they are going through it, so exactly, because they don't bother to check, they don't bother to look out for themselves. Then Mommy Susan Alaga said, according to hey Miss B too, thank you for joining us. According to the ChatGPT, andropause Yoruba, the Yoruba word for andropause, it means ìdínkù hormone ọkùnrin. I love that. So there's actually a word, to describe. I love that. Ìyípadà ara ọkùnrin ní ọjọ́ orí. Well, there are some changes. So, anyways, for those of us that are just joining us, welcome on board. Welcome Becky Ewaremo. Welcome Miss B2. It's so beautiful to have you here tonight again. We enjoyed your company last week. Tonight we are talking about sexuality in men, especially when men reach the age of andropause, which is a male version of menopause. What are the things that they experience? We know that in women we experience, a lot of things, which is the most common one and the most obvious one is the absence of bleeding. Now men, they are not here to come and defend themselves. How are we supposed to know what they go through? How are we supposed to help them? How are we supposed to support them? Sometimes we see some of them changing, we see some of them reacting certain way. We are like, people, and then we start to refer to it as midlife crisis. Yes, you just took it out of my mouth. Miss Beats you just took it right out of my mouth. Yes, they experience midlife crisis. That's what we call it, but it's deeper than that. I think everybody actually experience midlife crisis. Women also experience midlife crisis, whether or not you want to believe it. They like interacting with you. Okay, sorry. Okay, people. You can please join me if you're a medical person or you have been able to get any information. I don't want to be the only one talking. I think I've been hearing my voice too many times tonight. I want to hear from everybody. If you're on TikTok, please you can join me. You can request to be in the show. You can unmute yourself, whether you're a man or a woman. And then please share this particular live show. I would like many people to learn from this. And I believe that somehow, learning from this will help us to relate with our men better and will also make our men to understand that, oh, okay, women are now beginning to, research about us. As I said earlier, one of the things that make men go through whatever they're going through in silence without people paying attention to them is because, number one, they would never speak out. I think the society has taught them to always be quiet, never to talk, never to say anything. Oh, Mama Roju, come on, you're a man. Come on, you're a man. Come on, man up, man up, man up. Well, the body does not understand whether anybody is a man or not. The body reacts in certain ways, and you can't do nothing about that. Okay, so everybody, let's talk about what men go through. What are the symptoms in men that shows that they are going through andropause, which is the male version of menopause? What are the things that you can see in a man that can make you know that they are going through menopause? Let's talk about it. What can you see in a man that will make you know that, oh, this person is definitely going through andropause? You can unmute yourself if you're online. Hi.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, ma'am.
You look beautiful as usual.
Oh, thank you, sis. Sorry, 1 second, ma. One man is on Instagram. Okay, we find a man. Oh, he said men they go through a lot. So, okay, what are you guys going through? Let's talk to us. Okay, he said erectile dysfunction. Someone said men can go through less sex drives and erectile dysfunction. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, over to you, ma'am. Sorry to interrupt you. I'm sorry. I just didn't want to lose that.
That's about menopause. What I know about it is it's almost similar to menopause. This is menopause, but it isn't widely known among our people. Or maybe majorly among men. They don't really know they are going through andropause. So, but my understanding of an andropause is when the... Sorry, I want to leave this room.
It's okay, ma'am.
Because you'll be hearing mommy in the background.
Oh, bless.
So, my whole meaning for andropause is, just like menopause, we start menopause at different age. Some start very early as the age of 18. I used to have a patient that started at menopause at
18.
18 years old, yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, 18. So they had to tell her that they actually collected her head to freeze for her.
18.
So the same thing can happen to men, as well. But majority of them don't know. The only thing we know generally as a people is they go through midlife crisis, just like Ms. B said. But lo and behold, this thing is a gradual...
18, wow.
At the age of 18. Some at 30, some start at 60, 65. It depends on when, it depends on their body.
I think that's the most common one.
Yeah, some medically, very early, some 30, some 20. But the andropause itself, it's when there is deficiency in androgen, deficiency of androgen in men. And this androgen is a testosterone that reduces, starting from medically, it should start from the age of 40 when they start noticing that they're having erectile dysfunction, but some start earlier, because I know of someone as well. He's not even 40 yet. I don't know if one day. Someone that is not even 40 yet.
Yeah.
That is already having erectile dysfunction. This is
wow.
the TV. Yeah. So it happens to a lot of them. They snap just like we women as well. They really snap. And I can say that my husband snaps a lot. So I just told him, when I saw this topic, I just told him, I said, you are going through menopause, you don't even
And that reminds me of a joke I cracked my husband one of these days when he said, I said, she put a menstruation.
Yeah, we joke with it, but we don't even know that they go through it, or they themselves don't even know they go through it. The only thing they notice in their body is erectile dysfunction, you know, whereby most of them will call their GP. I cannot do properly in the other room, and they prescribe blue pills to them. A majority, especially the ones back home, because we have chemists, we call it chemists, like the pharmaceutical stores all over. They just go into the store to buy the blue pill. Once they tell the pharmacist, oh, I need to meet a girl and I'm not performing very well, instead of them to see medical personnel properly, that is when they have extremely low libido, they have fatigue, mood swing, mood changes, and if you notice, especially in this country.
Okay, can I interrupt you quickly?
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, go.
Now, I was going to say, they don't go to the doctor. They do self-medication amongst themselves.
Yeah, that's what
when they
buy blue pills.
Look, it's not even the blue pill. You know this traditional
Agbo. Somebody said it. Somebody already said it on Instagram. Somebody said they do agbo, which means the traditional herbs. Yeah.
And the joke is, I don't understand how it's supposed to work, because at the end of it, you've added alcohol to it. Alcohol is not good for your system once you have erectile dysfunction. So I'm not understanding this, your diagnosis.
Yeah, but even if you wanted to use herbs, at least you should know what is wrong first. Because even with
what you're saying, there's a few just above teenagers that already have that issue, and they are very high on, especially steroids for the gym that gives them energy, that makes a lot of them are using steroids. So when it gets to that age where now it's reproductive age, and now they want to start getting intimate with women at the age of 20, 21, 22, it's not working, because you spend 16, 17, 18 on steroids.
Oh my gosh.
So now that department is not getting up at, like, I've been to a few sessions, and very, 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 very young men are coming up for medical advice and medical interventions, because these things, it's not waking up.
So why are they letting them have the steroids when they know it's...
Because some of these things you can buy them at the gym. Yeah, they want to build them up, or they want high energy when they're working out to build the muscles quicker. But remember, easy quick fix, easy quick lose.
Yeah.
So yes, you will fix your muscles, you will look hench, you will look bolster, but the other department, you're not functioning.
I don't even know why people like muscles. I don't like muscles.
I can't stand muscles.
I can't stand muscles.
When you go shown everywhere, I can't stand muscle. So I don't know why people are crazy about muscles.
So this andropause things, that is when the men's hair start receding. You start seeing baldness.
So it also causes hair loss.
Hair loss, yes.
Okay.
Significant decreases their hair production.
Wow.
It also reduces their muscle mass. That is when you start seeing them aging and getting fat with pot belly.
Wow.
Yes. And the major one that gets to me mostly is mood swing. Their own mood swing pass women who know.
Wow. Wow.
And that's when
yeah, so I just said that mood swing. Yeah, but in the mood swing, you need to go on. In the mood swing, you need to understand there is also neurodivergency in that. So neurodivergency, especially in our people, it comes out as anger.
That's true.
So there's that also going on. So it's a bit difficult for our people. Sorry,
wow.
1 second.
Wow. I mean, you see all these things that we're saying, you see that we are here now. I've only seen a man on this show who has actually said that it does happen and they go through erectile dysfunction and low libido and stuff like that. That's coming from a man. But you know, on this platform, at the end of the day, we women are still the one speaking on their behalf. This is one of the reasons that men go through all these things in silence and they don't see anybody that really seem to care about them. Not because people don't care about them. We can only care about them if and when we know. They're not here to talk about. I don't know why they get embarrassed about everything. I think I actually particularly invited a few men to this show tonight, but I don't seem to see any one of them online. Women are always going to seek knowledge, always seeking, help. We speak out, we let people know what we are feeling, and as a result of that, the people really help us. Okay, I just wanted to emphasize again on some of the things that were said by my sister earlier. She said, how will I know when a man is going through andropause? How will I know? In women, one major thing is absence of bleeding. But now she has said that they also have low libido, they have mood swings, they also have fatigue, like that the women. And this one that really surprises is the hair loss, the pot belly, the anger and stuff like that. Imagine your husband suddenly started acting somehow and you're wondering, but kilo shape of boy. In us women, we quickly say, don't blame me. You don't understand how it feels.
The easiest way to know if that person is your husband, you know the way he performs when he was much younger. As soon as he cannot perform well in the other role, there is no erection in the morning, early morning, especially for men. If that one is decreasing or is absent, definitely your man is going through andropause.
Okay.
And before I just mute, I want to emphasize that because men go through andropause does not mean they cannot father a child, even up till the age of 100. As long as that thing can stand for 1 minute and they can penetrate, they can father a child. 100% legitimate child.
Sorry, yes. Ma'am, give me a second. I just want you to please say that again for education purposes because somebody asked earlier. So please, can you say that again, ma'am?
What I said is the fact that a man is going through andropause does not mean the man cannot father a child.
Okay.
Unlike men, when we go through menopause, there's absence of menstruation and all the hormones are packing up. But in men, they can still father, although the testosterone, or how is it pronounced? Testosterone is not as full, it's reducing gradually. It doesn't affect their sperm.
Okay.
Once they are able to erect and get in the other room, they can father a child 100%.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
They can, even at the age of 90 or 100. As soon as they can get into their woman, they can father a child.
They can father a child.
That is the major difference between them and women.
Okay, and I think that has just answered the question that somebody had earlier. Somebody had a question earlier. The person said, but back in the days, our fathers used to father children till age 90. It didn't mean that they weren't going through menopause. I mean andropause. That's what we just heard now. Unlike women, once a woman has started, experiencing menopause, absence of menstrual cycle, obviously that woman will not be able to mother a child again. But unlike men, even in the process of going through the andropause, they're still able to father children till age whatever. So, and coming from someone, Israel said men do not experience menopause in the same way women do, but they do go through a male menopause or andropause characterized by gradual decline in testosterone. This Oyibo, can I say testosterone level, typical from age 30 to 40. Thank you so much, Israel. That's coming from a man. I think he just helped us to summarize what Bukilicious said. So obviously, they may not be going through it the same way we do, but they definitely go through it. And it has been said that it's a gradual decline in testosterone level, typically from the age of 30 to 40. And just like menopause as well, we have some women that experience it pretty early, and we have some women that experience it pretty late. Welcome on board, sir. Good evening and welcome on board. Please feel free to unmute yourself. Yeah. Please, we'd like to hear from you, sir.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, sir.
It's very wonderful. Well, I just want to feel one. Most men, we don't know we go through that. Most men, or some of us are these, the way the men are, and the way the society has trained men. You said it in your conversation now. We're meant to keep things and behave as if we're a man. Then the embarrassment associated with your third leg or your something can't function properly. So you only want to discuss such outside. Except when I say complication comes in, it's between you and your wife, you can discuss with that. And I think that we do go through it as well too. And that's when, you start knowing that, okay, your Muslim comes in, you can't perform the way your libido is very low. You can't perform as much as what you used to in your lower age. It does happen. And that's when there's a loss of interest in the sex. Because you're not really perform the way you would have loved to perform. So you can't, this trying to avoidance that you don't want to, start something that you'll be able to complain and say, in your mind. So the next is start avoiding your misses and saying, okay, so that I don't go and misbehave along the line. So I'd rather not start it. But lately, I think, like you said, we've been relying on the blue pills. So I was speaking to a little friend of mine that went to school together. And he didn't like me that men do go through it. And most of the friends were getting blue pills for him to go through that. And I said, and he did encourage me that, what, don't go through the blue pills. You don't need it. What you need now is a little bit of exercise, drop your weights, do lots of exercises and your eating habits. And then you'll see an improvement on the third leg. That most people lack that patience. They don't want to go through that rigors. And everyone's been going back to the blue pills. That if you start using blue pills at your age now, what are you going to use when you get 78?
Yeah.
And, personally, I took it upon myself and said, what? Let me start exercising. And let me start doing 1 or 2 healthy living.
And it did help.
It's very helpful.
It helped.
Very helpful.
Good.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
We'll go through that, man. Like women, we just don't discuss it as much as you.
I am gonna I'm sorry, sir. I'm gonna have to interrupt you there because I don't want to forget that very important part of this conversation. I wanted to ask you, why do men not like to discuss or openly come forward to talk about stuff like this? Is something that is natural. It's not something that you have control over. It is part of your development, part of your aging, or whatever you may call it. Why is it that men don't like to talk about it?
The reasons I see personally is the embarrassment, and how will I say it? In our age, sexually, men sort of score a bonus and say, oh, you know what, I was able to go 3-4 times, So that pride, the ego in men, that, okay, I now, the same man that will not come forward saying that, I saw that babe and I couldn't even touch her. I couldn't even go through. So you wouldn't want to come back and start telling them, that ego in you that, oh, I was able to perform. You see God in that pride in us that. So those are the things that do restrict. And the society, men, so many things we go through. So many things we go through, even in sports, adults and everything. That's so many things you keep to yourself. Say, if I tell, will they start looking at me as if I'm not a man, as if your mind is supposed to keep. And that's when I like what is happening around the world and that men are being encouraged and express themselves. So many things we go through. Financially, stress in the work and everything like that. At times I want to discuss my wife. And you now look at it that, okay, where am I going to start from? Thank God if you have a listening wife that can communicate, you can. But most marriages, men can. Because the ones that say, I thought you're a man, you should take all this responsibility, and absorb them, go through them, and that's why most men are dropping dead this day, because there's a lot of things in your egg. You can't, you've been seen as a failure, I'll put it that way. You've been seen as a weakling. If you say it out, and those are things you don't want people to call you. So you either keep it to yourself, and that's why there's an issue, except you have close colleagues. But what I've done within myself is that I've got seniors that went to school in Nigeria that I know, the medical doctors and everything. And I do seek opinions from them. I seek even medical help from them. I go to them and say, what, I want a second opinion. This is what I've been diagnosed. This is what I'm going through. Please, can I come to your hospital? Can I come to your clinic for checkup? And they've been able to help me, than keeping it to myself, and I know I have an issue. So I sort of confine it, and most men, I don't know, they might not be opportune to have such.
Sorry, sir. Yeah. I'm going to have to interrupt you there again. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be rude. One or two things. I don't want to miss the comments on Instagram. I'm going to quickly read that, and I'm going to ask the question I'm about to ask you next. You're almost like my former guest now, because we only have men on this show, but I have a man on Instagram that is talking as well.
I mean, minus 2 or 3 friends of mine, so I'm sure they are.
I hope they are able to join. That would be nice. Israel says that sometimes this thing could be due to poor diet and poor sleep pattern. Then he says that's why he said that's why health clinic are the best to go to find when it comes to men's health. And somebody said yes, people give the impression that meaning men always have to be strong, which is so unfair, very, 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 very unfair. I don't know why our society has come up to this, I don't want to use the word nonsense kind of idea that men are meant to keep being strong even when they are going through stuff and they are not allowed to talk. It's embarrassing.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Strong for who?
I don't know.
Because we keep hearing that in society, they need to be strong. Strong for who?
I don't know.
If it's not working, it's not working. There's no strength that is going to make it work.
Yeah, if you may call Miss B or something.
Yes, that's Miss B, yeah.
Okay, I'll take you up on that. If your woman comes to you and said, your expectations, it depends on if that woman is caring and understanding. If I come to you, can't perform. I'm just saying it generally, most women will say, no, what have you been? You finish yourself outside, you're not coming to me, you can't make it up to me.
Hold on, but that's an assumption. But that is an assumption.
But if someone like you is understanding, and from what you said, and I come to you as your husband and said, okay, I'm having an issue like this. If the woman is going to listen and help with that, I said, okay, what can we do? Have you spoken to your GP? Have you consulted the health division? What can we change? Can we change your diet? What exercise? The men will come out.
I think that is where I think that's where the issue of trust is important. If my man has always been a trustworthy man, has never cheated on me, has never been outside, I have no reason, absolutely no reason to start suspecting anything if he suddenly struggles to be able to fulfill his sexual obligations within the family. Sir.
But Mama, do you realize trust is a...
Hold on, sir.
Do you realize...
There's a guy coming in now. So
yes. Sorry, Miss B.
Trust is a personal thing.
Yes.
Trust is not... It's not that you don't... I don't know how to say it, but trust is an inbuilt thing that me and you cannot control. You get me? I can love you from the moon to the moon and back, but I don't trust you. Not because you have done something. It's got nothing to do with your fidelity, but it's just sometimes trust is just that thing that we hold on to because life has treated us a certain way. We've been exposed to certain things. Along the way, we have learned X, Y, Z. So there's certain things you hold back on. I'll give you an example. I was having a conversation and I was saying to somebody, it's just like women. Women have a bag of something I call resentment. And this bag, we fill it up every day. It's not like we fill it up every day in the course of years.
Yeah.
So I wake you up in the morning and I say good morning. Hey, good morning. And then you walk away. When you pick up the phone, hey, Baba, good morning. Oga, how you sleep? You wake? Our family? How the chicken? The cat and call? So you get me?
Yeah.
You've really taken time to so me, I'm packing. Tomorrow, babe, I have headache. Do I look like a doctor? Can't you go to the doctor and get medication? But when your friend calls and say, Baba, I get backache. So you know that doctor where they, have you gone chiropractor? I will bring you medication from my house. In fact. So that's what I'm saying. So trust doesn't come from big things. She was messing around outside. It comes from the inside. So that's what I was saying.
Thank you so much.
Trust is not something that is as big as we are looking for. It's from the inside.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Being vulnerable to you. How have you reciprocated? It's been received with negativity. So then you start keeping all of that. Then if the microphone is not standing, why would I come and tell you? When
I tell you small thing, you didn't even pay attention to small things.
Why am I coming to tell you this big one?
This big one. Thank you. That's so important as well. Thank you so much, Miss B. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. And somebody on Instagram, I'm trying to make sure that I read people's comments on Instagram. So that somebody says men are not programmed to show open emotions, and I don't know why. Somebody said very interesting topic, more grace. Thank you, ma'am. Somebody said, and men ego also, is part of what is wrong with them. That's why some men cannot, I understand why somebody will put ego into this. This is your body. It's natural. Okay, I'm the king. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, man.
Good evening. We have some people that don't understand the Yoruba here.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Now, the issue is this. I wanted to take you up on that issue of trust.
Trust.
And the reason is this. You see, the issue of a man cheating on his wife or having girlfriend and all of those things has nothing to do with trust. Now, let me come back to this, and I want us to see it holistically. Our fathers, our forefathers, most of them, in fact, 99% of them had more than one wife. And when they are having issues, their women rally around them to take care of them, no matter how bad the situation is. Now, what I have seen in this our society of today is killing the men gradually by making them feel like you cannot speak up, you cannot cry, you cannot be seen as a weakling, you cannot be vulnerable.
But that's not something that's happening recently. It has always been from days of our forefathers where they just be that men should be man up, come on. Don't show that.
You see, in that time, in those days, go and check it up. Because those men have more than one wife. They are more relaxed than even us today that have just one wife.
Okay.
Now, somebody that have 2-3 wives, he could call either of them and discuss with them that, look, this is what I'm going through. 1 or 2 or even the 3 of them will rally around her, rally around him. But today, even
I am the king. I am the king. I highly disagree with that statement. The men back in the day were very quick to run from reality. If wife A is lippy, they'll go to wife B. If wife B is lippy, they'll go to wife C. If wife C is lippy, they'll go to wife D. And by the time they go through the rotation like that, maybe wife A has calmed down, so you come back. So those men did not. They did whatever they, but they escaped reality. They did not talk about these issues.
I think I agree with Miss B, because this generation is a lot more open to do this, and that's exactly what happened back in the days. Our forefathers, they would rather just shuttle between their multiple women rather than addressing the issue. But having said that, I don't want us to deviate from the main topic, which is the andropause, which is the male version of.
These are one of the things that I keep talking about. Now, you are talking about men issue. A woman is coming to tell us how men feels. Is it possible?
No, not how men feels. She's telling us what happened to.
Hold on, madam.
I did not tell you how men feel. I told you about the situation back then. You're making it sound like the women. No, you're making it sound like the women that they back then sorted out problems. Nobody was talking about the problems. The problems were just there. Children that, the legitimate children that were not part of the women that they married also came in the family. These are things that were not addressed. Children were just brought in.
Hold on, what I'm addressing is the issue of trust that she was talking about in those days.
So how did they trust the many women? The reason...
Okay, let's hear you out, sir. Go on, I am the king. We can hear you. Oh, did he mute? Yeah, well, this is what this type of conversation is all about. We are allowed to go back and forth, and we are allowed to kind of, in fact, this is what makes it interesting, and this is what, when you see stuff shows like this, the most important and the most interesting part of shows like this is the ability to be able to go back and forth. This is my idea, this is your idea. No, I don't agree with you, I agree with you, and eventually we come to a very reasonable conclusion. It's so important that we get used to, we have to go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
One thing I just want to pick on what you said, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay, she raised the question, Ms. B raised the question on the other side. Trust and love. Why would you love someone and you don't trust the person? I don't know how you define it or differentiate the two.
It can never be possible for you to love someone you don't trust.
Exactly. So I need a bit of enlightenment on that. Secondly, you see, it all depends on communication. If you have a wife, men have problem, and I can really relate with my wife. I said, okay, I can't get it up, and she's not gonna have a laugh at me or abuse me that why you been, you've been fornicating with women outside. You now come home and say you can't. And that's what most men get when you now tell you can't perform. So that expectations and the environment going to face at home, you rather keep it to yourself and confine one or two friends of yours than saying that's a problem. I also have my own example. Like if you have an understanding why, okay, maybe our profession was able to help a little bit. So we're able to come out and say, okay, why? Age is catching up. I need to redefine myself. I need to exercise. I need to lose weight. And then two, now one statement was, I'm sure she would not remember. She now told me that it's not about sex. We need to bring in sex toys and all those things. I didn't see the sex toy as a competition. But I said, okay, why? Let's go shopping together. We went, we bought, and said, you know what? These things do help. And I know some women don't or doesn't do with normal sex. And she said, okay, let's try one or two things like this. It will help. And I didn't see it on the computer. I saw it as okay, we're going new ways. Let's try something different. And I was able to help and say, I prefer that. Don't see yourself as if you're competing. And don't see yourself as if you have to satisfy sexually. And that's where I say communication comes in. And they can rely on women to talk. We bought toys. We use toys. I said, okay, fine. It does help.
Thank you, sir.
It all depends on how does someone understand it. And like I said, trust and love. That's what I said. I don't know. How would you love someone like you don't trust?
Yeah. Okay, thank you, sir. Uncle Foley, I am going to say something very quickly. I do apologize if it looks like I'm interrupted. I don't want us to deviate from the main topic here. Now, I think that's my fault. That's me. I came up with the issue of when somebody said if you can discuss with your wife openly, it's going to help you and stuff like that. I think it was me that came up with the fact that, if the woman had always trusted you, there shouldn't be any reason to doubt you. And I think I want us to kind of hang the issue of trust and focus on the main thing, trust or no trust. Let's talk about why men. The question initially was, why don't men want to talk? And I think Uncle Foley said one of the reasons that men don't like to talk is that it's a little bit embarrassing. They feel that they are, failing in that particular area. If I got it right, please correct me if I'm wrong. And it did say that if they are women, if men have their women helping them to cope or helping them to get back on their feet without being judged, without being whatever, that is going to help such men to be able to come back on their feet. So let us go back to that particular point. I'm trying to bring everybody back on track. Because if you are not careful, we end up talking about the issue of, which is another topic for another day, rather than addressing the issue of men going through andropause, what it does to them. The main topic, what we're talking about, the point at this moment is why men don't talk. And men are saying one of the reasons they don't talk is because it makes them feel less themselves. Of course, obviously, naturally, men have egos. They don't want any woman to look down on them and stuff like that. Now, let's go back to emphasize emphasizing on how women can support their men during this period, during this very crucial natural period that is not done. It's natural. Basically, it's natural. It's not about, okay, oh, if it's because of what I did, what I did not do. Well, some lifestyle could have resulted in this coming early, but it will still come eventually. So to those of us that are on Instagram, please feel free to put mouth in this conversation. I am the king. Come back. We want to talk about how we can help our men, in this situation. But in order for us to be able to say, okay, this is how women can help our men, what we can support in helping our men, we need to hear from the men what they think women can do to help them. One of them is, I should be able to talk to my wife without fear, without me being judged, which I've written down here. So this ego of a thing as well, they've said that they have to put it aside and be able to discuss this thing. And not only with your wife, we should be able to discuss these things openly, because it's nature. It's part of us, it's part of us, part of development, part of growing up, it's part of aging. So it shouldn't be a problem discussing it openly like this. So I'm the king, sir. Would you want to say something to us about what we can do? Let's put the issue of trust on one side.
Yes, in as much as I believe,
yes, sir,
that women who are facing some certain challenges cannot speak up, cannot talk to their men, because some men will not really be, they won't be, how will I call it now? They won't be supportive in doing that. So also women. But you see, in the on the side of the men, is more because the society makes us to feel less of ourselves when we talk. Not just about our health alone. Even when a man and a woman has issue, when a man comes to say that this is what is happening between me and my wife, and this, they will say he's talkative, he's talking too much, he's not a man, he's a woman, and things like that. So until we understand that every man, blood runs in their vein, they are human, they are not Superman, they are not, they are heroes, but they are not superheroes. We cry. Like I have told you about my story.
Yes.
But it got to a point I cannot even. The first day I broke down in the midst of Lagos State officials, all of them started crying because everybody sees it like, he's a Superman, he cannot cry, he's strong, he's this. But unfortunately, that day I was overwhelmed and I wept for more than 1 hour.
Oh, bless.
And everybody were crying, looking at me like, that means definitely this thing has heated this man so much. So what I'm saying in essence is, we need to see our men as also like a baby. Men need to be pampered. Men need to be listened to. Men need to be seen as, look, whatever is happening to you, I am your wife, I am your support system, we are your family. I'm talking about society now.
And we will support you.
We will support you. Until we get to that level. You see, a lot of men will die of high blood pressure.
I know. Thank you so much, sir. Yes.
Thank you.
I think I got that point quite right. Somebody said we already know that you are babies anyways. Under normal circumstances in the society, like I'm the king, I said, thank you so much, I'm the king. I do appreciate you coming on this show tonight to say that. I think genuinely speaking, we have to admit the fact that it can be tough on men to express vulnerability. When they express vulnerability, there's a lot of things that the society say. You're supposed to be a man. Come on now, man up. No, it's something that has to do with nature. It's their body. They know how they're feeling. We're not saying they should be like babies, crying like babies, but they should be able to express themselves without being judged, without being put down. So on this one, wives on this show, women on this show, I am not saying that you should always be the alpha and the omega or the strong one. And I like what the king said earlier also. He said that sometimes if a woman is going through it, how do you men handle that woman? Do you tell her off and be like, Kenny, are you the first one that will menstruate? Are you the first one that will feel this? Are you the first one that will... I like the fact that he actually said that before he went onto the men. Because these things, sometimes it is somehow, it's reciprocated. So we need to actually be sensible enough that men also do go through these things. And they are not less human. And they are not, they shouldn't be judged. They shouldn't be judged. But having said that, please, men, irrespective of what the society says, like the king said, he said at one point he had to burst out crying because he was overwhelmed. The elastic was about to jar, so he had to express himself. Please express yourself. It doesn't matter who is judging you. At least if you do it in the way you're supposed to do it and to the right people, you should be able to get the help. A lot of men are suffering in silence and not supposed to be. Sir? Yes, sir.
No, the corridor.
Oh, okay. I think
Where's the phone?
I'm going to mix his mic. I think he didn't realize his mic was on. So now tonight, everybody, recapping quickly so that those that are just joining us can understand what we're talking about tonight. Again, we're talking about menopause in men. It is called andropause. Somebody said it's supposed to be women pause. Why is it? Anyway, that's just by the way. We're talking about whether or not men go through menopause, and they do go through menopause, obviously. In fact, there's a medical name for it. It is called andropause. And it's also affects them in so many ways. It does affect them physically, it affects them medically, it affects them mentally, it affects them emotionally, it affects them even their physical appearance. We've talked about so many things tonight. We've talked about the fact that it also causes them fatigue, hair loss, pot belly, mood swing, just like women, low libido, struggle to perform their sexual duties, and then sometimes it could affect some people to being able to father a child. But most of them are still, unlike women, most of them are still able to father a child till very, very late age. Now, we are looking at how we can help these men. And I said, before we can help somebody, the person should be able to talk. Tell me what you're going through. Then I will be able to know how to help you. And men on this platform tonight had come out boldly to say the reason they don't bother to talk is because, number one, the society expects too much from them. They think they are superhuman. They don't feel what we're feeling, which we need to stop doing as a people. Please, men are men. Let them talk. Let them express themselves. Don't judge them. Don't talk them down. Don't say, Sharagiri. Of course, we don't expect that they should be over. But then, allow them to express themselves. Then also, somebody said something earlier. The person said they don't go to the hospital. They don't check themselves up. Why is that, if I may ask? Why don't men like seeking medical support or help? Why? Like women, we have a lot of things that we do just to get medical help. Why don't men like going to the hospital? Why don't men like seeking medical support? Apart from you're not saying to your family members, you're not saying to your bride, your spouse, why can't you say it also to the doctor? If there are men on this platform, I would like to hear. And if there are women that knows why, let's talk about it. Like we are discussing about these hidden struggles of men during menopause or during andropause. Why don't men like I am the king of vocation. You people should leave me alone. Okay, so please, guys, let's talk. Why don't men like seeking medical? Okay, can't you want me to support me or whatever. Why is it that men don't like seeking medical help? Apart from menopause or andropause, men don't like going to the hospital. You know that. Generally, why? Why don't men like seeking medical support? Then, if nobody is talking about that, why is it that men don't go to seek medical support, especially regarding this matter of andropause, when the condition of your sexual ability is reducing due to age, due to natural causes? Why is it that men don't like seeking medical support? You are one thing, we will run to the clinic anytime, any day, run to the doctor anytime, any day. Why don't men like seeking support? You see, men, yeah.
Madam, Mr. Folibri has said it before. You see, ego, the issue of looking down on men, talking down on men, and all of those things. Those are the things that will make men not to go. Because
you mean the doctors also talk down on men?
No, not doctors now. Looking down, they might not shut you down. They might not talk you down.
Who are the they? We've said that we should not talk about the spouse now again. What about other helps like medical? Let's forget about the spouse. If my spouse is talking me down as a man, why can't I seek medical help by myself to the doctors? Are doctors also going to talk me down if I seek medical help?
The fear of their medical condition being filled out and all of those things, or not, ego alone is enough for men. Men egos are very strong.
What is the solution to that? I can.
You know why the ego of men are strong? When what makes ego of men to be strong?
Yeah.
The fact that the society makes them feel like you have to be strong, you have to be man up, and all of those things. Those things are what make, and all these things start from their young age. When a girl child is doing this, a boy child is doing this, and they are saying, you are a man, you are not supposed to do this. You are building the ego of that child, a boy. You are building that ego to be very strong. And when they now grow up at that level, you realize that at that point, there is no way you can break that ego.
Let's talk about ways we can break that ego.
You see?
Let's talk about ways that we can break that ego.
Men of this generation, for men of this generation, it might not be totally possible.
Uncle Foley, can you please unmute yourself, sir? I would like to hear from you. What are the ways that we can break that ego?
The young ones is what we will focus on to give them the opportunity.
You are still around for the next, only God knows, for the next 40 years or more. So we want to focus on you, your generation. We want to focus on your generation. We want to focus on your generation. How can we help break down this ego so that men will not continue to suffer in silence?
But personally, I think we just need to encourage the men. We need to encourage each other. We should confide in the GP, and then less embarrassment for the men. Like if I confide to Mr. D. King, is he going to make fun of me, or is he going to listen? Is he going to offer help? When they start listening, I say to each other, I say, okay, as a brother, I will help you. I've been through it. And this is what I did in my own time. It will help. And that's what I'm going to say. It depends on educating each other and be able to talk to your GP about what you're going through. And then the women too being confident that you're not going to be abusive or not going to make fun, And if you have that confidence in your woman and say, okay, if I talk to her, she's going to be helpful, she's going to help me with the diet, she's going to help me, see what I can do. It gives the man confidence to come out and start talking.
Okay.
And, men too, we need to encourage her that then take the quick fix action and take it out of the zone. Because most men, when you have some problem, the quick fix action is what you want for let me get the blueprint, let me go to the chemist. A friend is traveling to Nigeria, let me get things off the
I'll go.
And if you get the apps and everything, exactly.
Yeah.
So we look for the quick fix instead of us facing the issue and solving it for the long term. We just go for the quick fix because
Thank you, sir.
If I don't perform my own, the woman is going to make fun of me. Let me go for the quick fix and I'm able to go through it.
Okay.
But that's what I think we should encourage that. I do personally, I do speak out and I speak to the senior friend. Like what Mr. King, I quite agree. I don't talk to some of my mates about it. I'll rather go to my seniors or my seniors when we're in school that are top medical personnel here. And I'll speak to them and say, this is what I'm going through. What can I do?
Okay.
And they're very, very helpful.
Yeah.
That's okay. We need to run a medical check on you, see where the problem is, and it's really helps.
Okay.
It's really helped me personally, and I try to encourage. I know one or two friends of mine that have this, and I say, speak to this social. It's not going to disclose to anybody.
Thank you, sir.
This family friend of ours, very young guy, I said, you're going through this. You shouldn't keep to yourself. And he was going through it. He couldn't even get it with his wife, and he's a young guy. I was even surprised when he told me. And I said, if you can confide in me, this is what I did. And I gave him the GP's, the doctor that I spoke to. And I said, this is a senior person, he's older than me. He will talk to you as a brother. He will talk to you as a junior one and make you feel comfortable. And he did that. And the guy was very helpful. He did help him. And that's why we need to encourage each other. We're not going to look down.
We're not going to look down on anybody.
Competition. how many women have you conquered? How many, we see that, but when we start seeing that, say, okay, I've got people I can confide in him, then he can help me. That will go a long way.
Thank you, sir.
The women are home too. Let them be, cooperative. Let's be able to talk to each other. You're not going to look down on me. You're not going to
make me feel less myself. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. I think one thing again that I wanted to say, emphasize on tonight. Please, I don't think any doctor, any medical person would ever talk down on you or look down on you or make you feel bad. If they do, it is absolutely unethical for them to do that. You can sue them, you can report them, and I don't think they will ever, especially in this part of the world. So I still believe that the best people to talk to are the medical people. Whatever you may be going through, those are the best people to confide in. And I don't think there's anything embarrassing in this. It is part of growing up, it's part of developing, and then it's been said right from the beginning of this conversation that there are people that experience it from the age of 18. We know that that's an extreme, case, but if people can experience at the age of 18 and you are over 60, why would you be embarrassed, that this thing is happening? And of course, they've said it to us, women, we are asking, how can we help our men? Now we have heard it. Somebody was saying here as well, they said that men believe that what you don't know won't kill you. They are also afraid of being diagnosed. Sometimes you don't need to hide, the earlier certain things are detected, the better and the easier for people to be able to help. As I said earlier, if a finger is hurting, you don't, or what I call you have to bring it out. And then sometimes also you have to damn the consequences. This is why we are men. You have to damn the consequences. You have to look at people in the face. You have to be able to get to a point in your life where you will look at people in the face and be like, it doesn't matter what you say, and let them know that I don't feel bad because this is natural. That's a different thing entirely. We're talking about something that happened to your body naturally. And somebody said, I want to concur with that submission that what you don't know don't kill you. Says who? Some people, by the time they discover it, will be too late. So I don't concur with that at all. Men need to bring that out of their mind. And when it comes to this issue of not being able to maybe sexually, I think that's the only embarrassing part of this, the whole matter. Okay, how do you protect yourself from the other part, apart from the sexual part of this andropause of a thing? Now, we've mentioned quite a number of things, and even the sexual one, somebody was saying quick fit. Please, let's talk quick fit. Quick fit will end up messing the whole thing up. The blue pill. Somebody was laughing at me earlier. I don't know what the blue pill meant. Somebody was mentioning it to me that their husband was like, he was saying boroni. The blue pill, the side effect is worse. So it might be better to not go through just quick fit and get a lasting solution that will not eventually give you another health issue that somebody will now be dealing with. And also the agbo, there's absolutely nothing wrong with agbo. It's just the way we do it. Just like any other drug and medications, as long as it's not abused. Agbo la baba wa lo tofi bobere to the age 90. Think of the shewon. Sometimes, like even AI is picking me up, is saying that I'm discussing about men's reluctance to seek medical help. So we shouldn't be reluctant to seek medical help. There's absolutely nothing wrong in seeking medical help. There's absolutely nothing wrong. Seek medical help anytime, any day. Do not feel bad, but for whatever is. And I think, like personally myself, there are certain things that people will say to me. I will look at them straight in the eyes and say, so what? So what? You need to get to a point where even if they are laughing, tell them, this is something that used to be functioning as this and it's not longer like this. So why should that be an embarrassment? How should that be a problem? Somebody also said we can help our men by telling them you are okay with however they are and we are in it together. Please, it's not something that we can do better. I don't really care what excuse anybody may give. If your husband used to be this performance and is now this, please support them and encourage them. Don't make them feel less of themselves. I know that some women are so nasty. I will call it nasty to the point that you will use that as a weapon against them. That can kill a man. Men are just naturally like that. If you if you look down on them, especially in that part, in that angle, it can actually cause them to want to commit suicide. So women, let's support our men. Let's let them know that it's not a big deal. We are aging gracefully together, and whatever we can do to support them. Somebody also mentioned the issue of diets. We can do better. Oh, I think quite a number of people have mentioned diet on this show tonight. Diet would help men definitely. Pardon me. Good diet, exercise would definitely help to cope well when doing andropause. Then we also talked, somebody, I think it was Miss B, she mentioned something very crucial. Most of these things, yeah, it happens to people based on their lifestyle and what they put themselves through. Sometimes, yeah, it could be as a result of what they put themselves through. Imagine somebody taking steroids every now and again. Steroids, they said it does cause this thing to happen early. Somebody that's experiencing it at very early age may be as a result of what you have put into your body. Avoid the use of certain things. Don't go and take steroids. Pardon me. Don't go and take steroid that will not be lọ́jọ́ alẹ́ tó máa ṣe ṣége pro max fún yàn. Please avoid certain things, especially the young ones. And for those of us that are older in age, let us start telling our younger men, to avoid certain things, you know. Somebody also said some men are nasty because their men have been nasty. Some women are nasty because their men have been nasty to them when they were able. Or yeah, that might be true. I think that is actually true, not might. Some men, when they are still in Shango Day, they would rather go and they would rather go and deliver elsewhere. Maybe that's part of the thing, the woman is not being nasty to them. But please, let's let go of whatever. Let's bygone be bygone. Somebody said, apart from GP, where else can men visit? Ego, apart from GP, where else can men visit? And also with shows like this, we continue to tell people to stop harassing men unnecessarily. Let men be men. Yes, sir.
I said nowhere apart from GP, nowhere, because when you talk to your friends, like Mr. Foley said, when you talk to your friend, they will make fun of you. When you talk to female friend, they make fun of you while you are not there. Even if you talk to your pastor, they use it to preach at the end of the day. So a lot of things, so many societal norms that makes men to keep quiet and all of those things. Like you said, like you rightly said, the only person a man can open up to a very large extent is the doctor, your GP. And once you are able to discuss with them, that's it. But you see, apart from that, every other thing, you can imagine if a guy, I just want to say, a man and a woman, a husband and wife having this thing together, and the woman, what she you are saying, she, what's this? What's this? The moral of that man. Because while you are giving him encouragement, he's going to make his body to come up. So men, just that encouragement would make them to be charged. But when you does it, what's this? Why are you like this? Why? You will kill the morale of that man. And so many men, these attributes we are talking about, they are not there yet. But because of word of mouth that their wives, girlfriend, and all of those things have said to them, and kill them and make them to be like that, like they are when they are not. You understand?
Yes. Can I say this to the men on this show tonight, please? Can I say this to these men on this show? I'm trying to look at the best way to put it. Let me start. I know that it's a totally different ball game altogether when people kind of, because I think it's like body shaming or shaming you. It's like shaming somebody for whatever your body is going through or whatever, you know. And I just want to say to you that reaching the stage of andropause is just like reaching the stage of pregnancy for a woman. It's just like somebody looking at a woman in the face and saying, oh, look at you, you're pregnant. There's nothing to be ashamed about. I think there's absolutely nothing to be ashamed about. And until men can rise up to that point where you will look at anybody in the face and say, hey, sorry, it doesn't matter what you think, but this is part of growing up. And, before you can get embarrassed about a particular thing, you have to admit that thing is wrong with you. For example, I used to get shamed for being tall. I used to get embarrassed for being tall. But nowadays, I look at people in the face and I'm like, hey, it's not something I did by myself. I was made by God to be like this, and don't you ever. And I don't even care what anybody want to say. So I think men need to rise up to that point where if this thing is happening, you let anybody, whether spouse or anybody, you need to let them know. And also maybe you need to educate them more on these things. But I don't think it's a thing of shame. And nobody should ever be ashamed for this. But somebody is saying something. Let me read what this person said. Somebody says some women are nasty because their men have been nasty to them when they were able. Somebody said it is true, ma'am. A man with multiple sex partners may have caught certain disease which lead to early andropause. Well, that's there. Somebody said many men too do body shame women as well. I will not disputing this fact. I am trying as much as possible not to get distracted to start talking about what men has done and what women has not done. I'm just saying that andropause is part of growth, it's part of development, it's part of aging. You being able to tell somebody that whatever they're going through as a result of andropause is something that they should be embarrassed about. It's like you saying to a woman that have nursed a baby by breastfeeding the baby, saying to them, your breast is now flat. You're mad. Something is wrong with you. Or you think their body is no longer the same and you're embarrassing them because they've been in the labor room like 4 or 5 times and you're body shaming them, maybe because they have stretch mark or something. It's just as that. So we need to just learn to appreciate one another and to make sure that we support in as much way as we can. Because this thing we are talking about is natural, it's about nature. It's not something that is caused by if you did not do this. Although we can make it better, we can make the experience better through proper exercise, good diet, avoiding multiple sex partners, and also being able to have this inbuilt confidence in ourselves. It doesn't matter what anybody says to you, it's about you. You have to have this inbuilt confidence in yourself that there's nothing wrong with you. Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, I wanted to say something.
Yes, sir.
And that was the reason I actually came up when the issue of trust came in.
Yes, sir.
You see, what you are saying now, it needs to be understood by everybody. Now, like when you tell a woman, when you body shame a woman for going through menopause, will you say because she has messed up or she has slept with so many people, that's why she's going through menopause? That's exactly what I'm saying. It's not about trust. It's not. These are aging process that everybody has in his or her body. But when women want to talk about it, about men, when you start talking about menopause now, you will see every woman coming up to say that this thing is normal for women to go through menopause. Nobody will ever say a woman has done multiple sex here and there before menopause. But when it comes to men, the attack is always like, it's because they have many this thing. It's because is it only when you have multiple sex or multiple
people that have only one sex partner also go through menopause?
So I'm trying to talk about that.
Yes, that's exactly why you have to have your own self-confidence. You don't listen to those people that would make you feel bad for
The issue of is because they have slept around, they have had several. No, these are aging.
I am the king. I the king. What are the aspects in here? Why?
I'm going to agree with you 100%. And if you read all the comments below,
the attack on men,
most of them have been
annoying. It's very annoying. And you kill these men, you put them down. So many men cannot even talk again. And we now feel like when they now died, you say why didn't he talk? Why didn't he do this?
But sir, do you agree with me that there's a saying in Yoruba that says Allah tishilu mama tishare? Whether irrespective of what people are saying, at this point, let's look at from this angle. And this is what we are doing this tonight. You need to reach a point in life where you'll be like, you know what, all right. But I know what I'm going through. I'm not embarrassed by it. I want to speak out. I want to find solution to it. I want to move forward from it, rather than hiding it and suffering in silence just because of what one person says. Because whoever said whatever they say, when the effects of that thing hits, it is you that you would experience it. So I think that you should just, focus on looking after yourself, being able to speak up and say, I know that this thing is not something. I want to focus on how to help myself out. I think that should be the main thing that we're going to take away tonight.
You should have now said, I said some men go through early andropause because of multiple sexual partners. Does it mean that women who go through early menopause had multiple? Is it because of multiple sexual partners that make women go into early menopause?
No, I am not sure there's any scientific proof that multiple. Yeah, I'm not sure there is any.
That is the attack you get on men.
That's why that women also get. We also have our own sort of attack, and that. And it's up to you whether you're going to let it get to you. I am the king and the Canadians. Both of you should behave yourself tonight. She went to you. Okay. I think the major thing here is whether or not we believe. Women also get attacked for so many reasons, for so many other things that we're not going to even talk about tonight. We get attacked. I'm sure you're going to believe that as well. We get our own thing that the society stereotype us about and all of that. And I think this time I'm going to depend on individual whether or not you're going to let that thing get at you. And I think that's what I'm really preaching tonight, if I'm allowed to use that word, that men, irrespective of what people say, you have to build a confidence in yourself, work on yourself, your health, your sexual health, and every other thing. You have to work on it. I'm just going to read some of the things that I wrote down here, so that we can round up on this segment. Except if anybody still have anything to say, please feel free to unmute yourself at any time. But major thing tonight is we have been able to establish the fact that men do also go through menopause, and their own is called andropause. Even though we thought it was going to be women pause, but it's not women pause. It is andropause, and it has been said that it can start as early as age 18. And we have not heard any scientific reason behind it, or medical reason that people reach menopause at early stage or andropause at early stage. It's just body. It's about individual. It's about individual's body. So people that are saying multiple, I don't think so. Sometimes it's just about your nature, your body. And then also tonight we have been able to also talk about the fact that this, just as women feel certain things during menopause, men also feel a lot during andropause. We talked about how they have low libido, they just can't be bothered about sex, or when they try to, they're just not performing as they used to. We talk about mood swings, we talk about anger, fatigue, hair loss, pet belly, pot belly, stuff like that. And these things need to be also, we need to kind of manage them. Now, we will not give this as an excuse for being mean or nasty to our spouse or whatever, and say, she will go through menopause. Because I'm going through andropause, you should be able to tolerate me when I'm getting angry, when I'm agitated. we need to actually not make life miserable among those that are around us, but people around us should be able to actually empathize and understand and say, well, maybe because this man is going through this. And just like it is not right for anybody to be body shamed, if you see them having pot belly, please don't laugh at them. Rather than that, whatever you can do to support them to reduce that, you can. And we said, what can we do to support them? We've talked about helping them to in terms of diets, reducing the society judgments. Don't judge your spouse, don't judge your partner. It's not fair. Let's reduce that. And also stigmatizing and saying, I don't don't do that. Then also we did say that another way we can help them also is to, like Uncle Felipe said, calm down in the other room, help them to take their time, help them to, whatever you can do else to help them get back on their feet. We should help them to do that. Now, we talked about why men don't like to talk. We've mentioned one of them is pride, ego. Men, there's nothing to be proud about or pride or ego about your body, your health. There's nothing, absolutely nothing. Irrespective of what the society say, be bold enough to come out and say, I beg, don't go there. This is me, this is my body. Then we also talk about the fact that men don't like to seek help. This same thing boils down to ego. Please seek help. Seek help and early enough. Seek help, medical help. At least medical practitioners have the duty. They owe you the duty to diagnose early, to help you to go around about it and all of that. And when you have a diagnosis, you're going to be able to tell your spouse, oh, this is what the doctor said, and they will be able to understand. Then we also talk about the use of wrong, what do I call that? Is this substitute or whatever? When people rely on the blue pill or what have you, please let us stop the use of blue pills. Let us stop the abuse of blue pills. It can be abused as well. Reduce it and do something natural by exercising, diet and stuff. Also, we talked about agbo. There's nothing wrong with agbo, but let's take it in the right proportion and let's make sure that they are the right thing to use. A lot of this agbo, they just say jedi or paying, she normal or key, all those things. How do we know? What have we been able to prove that those agbo are actually okay? So these are the things that we talked about tonight. Please, in the process of looking for solution, don't go and enter into more trouble, because a lot of men have used agbo to even, at the end of the day, the agbo will not end up bringing you to the point where it start affecting liver, start affecting other parts of your body. I'm not saying agbo is bad. This is what our forefathers used, but use it in moderation. Make sure it's the right thing. Some people, they use strong alcohol like ogogoro to mix this agbo, and it does destroys the body as well. So please let us make sure that we are careful. But the bottom line is, men do go through andropause, which is a male version of menopause. They do go through what we go through as women. Let us be considerate. Let us understand them. Let us support them. I saw Chemostic on earlier. Please, ma, unmute yourself if you want to say anything at any time. So that's what. So I'm going to read what I have written down here, and we're going to close on this chapter. And while I'm talking, if you want to say anything, please feel free to interrupt me. And we also said something very, very important. Unlike menopause, men can see father children till 95. Yes, men can still father children, multiple children till age 90, 95, or even what have you. That's the difference. That's another advantage to men than women. Women, once we get to the point of menopause, once we stop bleeding, then automatically we are not able to mother any child anymore. But for men, even age 90, even despite, if they're able to get it up for one day, they can father children. So that's another advantage to men. You see, men, you're always at advantage. Anyway, so people, menopause can cause less sexual activities, but it doesn't mean that they are not fertile, even though that fertility may have been reduced in men. The most common sexual experience in men is erectile dysfunction, low libido, delayed response, and reduced satisfaction. So those are the ones that happen to men. So their emotions, it can lead to anxiety, frustration, and even depression due to pressure to perform. Men, there's nothing wrong with you not being able to perform when you are old age. Stop having depression over that. Somebody said a woman can bear children with medical help even during or after menopause. Yeah, that would be like a special process, like I think that would be like having a special process. If you have children after menopause or during menopause, that would be with a special medical process, medical help, IVF. Yes, that's the one. So men, please do not find yourself, getting unnecessarily depressed or whatever. So the reason men keep quiet is being said that pride, fear of judgment, cultural expectations, and lack of awareness. And that is why we are creating awareness. That's why we're saying it tonight. Stop judging men. Menopause is natural. So is andropause in men. It's natural. It is the body. So when women are going through menopause, we are very bold to say it anytime, any day. So allow men to be able to say it out as well. Don't judge them. Cultural wise or whatever expectation, do not judge them. Allow them to be free. Then the lifestyle factors can also worsen or improve the situation, like poor habits like alcohol, smoking, stress. It can worsen it. But when you exercise, eat healthy, and rest, it can improve it. Yes. So men, bear that in mind. So also is women. When you are going through menopause, if you exercise, your diet is good, the symptoms reduces, the stress reduces. So available solutions for men: medical consultation. I've said it before, I'm saying it again. Hormone checks, lifestyle change, and open communication. Open communication, men. Open communication. Feel free to talk about it anytime, any day, anywhere. It's not an embarrassing thing. It is nature. You didn't do anything wrong. It's nature. So when you are experiencing it, please let there be open communication. Please. Just as menopause affects women, andropause affects men. Ignoring it does not make it disappear. It only deepens the problem. Please, men, do not ignore it. Do not ignore it. Yeah? So, everybody, we will all agree with me that men should speak more about it. Women, please stop misunderstanding them. And couples, please work together to help each other to improve. Bear in mind that not every struggle is visible. Sometimes what looks like a distance weakness or disinterest is actually man silently battling changes that he does not fully understand. Please, let's bear that in mind. So understanding will bring healing. Communication will also build stronger marriages and relationships. It's been a tremendous evening tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I personally enjoyed this episode. I don't know about you. So if you're still online and you pick something from this episode, please just give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're there. I want to appreciate everybody that said something. Click on the like button. Hey, Kemosik is here. God bless you, Kemosik. Yeah, it's better late than never. Yes, thank you, sis.
Never. Well done, ma'am.
Thank you, sis. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you, sis. God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you for always. I do appreciate you. You are one of the people that really keep me going on this show. Always here, supporting, late or not, you're always here. I want to appreciate everybody. Mama Banker is somewhere under there. Please, people, thumbs up. That would go a long way. Or just share a heart or click on the just tap. Thank you everybody on Instagram. Thank you my YouTubers. I really do appreciate you. Please let us learn to be kind. Let's support our men. Let's support them. And men also, please, let's support women. And let us stop this competition about men are always like this, women are always like this. That thing almost distracted us, almost diverted us from, talking about the main thing that brought us here tonight. Let's support our men to go through this natural and graceful stage of our lives, and so that we can enjoy each other. Thank you, Yawo Baba. Thank you so much, Mommy Joanna Lukon. Mommy Baba said this is a very interesting and encouraging topic. Thank you. Thank you, Kemosik. Thank you, Bukilicious. Thank you, I am the king. Thank you, Miss B. In fact, thank you, Shaki. There's a lot of people online tonight. I'm sorry if I missed your name out. I really do appreciate you, everybody. God bless you. I am just going to go straight to the I'm going to go straight to the Abelakinishe. This is a segment of this show that will bring about real life story, and then we share it, and then we talk about what would you do in this situation. And one of them, I love to always have something to do with my traditional wedding. You know that my traditional wedding compare. I wanted to bring a particular Abelakinishe first, but I'm going to bring this one first before I bring the other one. There are two of them. So tonight, I'm going to first of all share this one. I'll share a part of it, then we would talk about it, and then we'll move on. Let's hear it.
Parents, what would you do if I told you that I do not want any parts?
Oh, sorry.
I just want to have the white wedding and go. They need to pay dowry, right?
Wait.
Any African parents, what would you do if I told you that I do not want any parts of the dowry ceremony? I just want to have the white wedding and go. They need to pay.
Somebody said that's coming from a Gen Z. A Gen Z is asking you, parents on this show, what would you do if I tell you that I do not want the dowry part of the ceremony for my wedding? I just want to do the white wedding, and that's it. It's my wedding. I don't want the ceremony, any ceremony about traditional wedding, about the dowry and all of that. I don't want it at all. I just want to do the white wedding and go. As parents, what would you do if your child comes and tell you that? That's a question from a Gen Z. She's asking, she's throwing the question at us that parents, what will you do? Oh yeah, over to you, Mas and Saz. What will you do? What will you do if your child's son or daughter comes home and say, Mom, I want to get married, but I don't want the dowry part of my ceremony. I don't want that bit, that traditional bit. I just want to do the white wedding and go. What would you say? What would you do? Oh yeah, somebody said, what kind of talk is that? She's not getting married yet. Somebody said African parents will never disappoint me. Okay, parents. Somebody said she's not getting married. Lonjebe. And what kind of talk is that? Are you kidding me?
Personally, I would agree with her if she said she doesn't want ceremony. But the dowry part of it, we will give your husband the list if you are my daughter. We don't have to do any ceremony. But my family will sit down. They will pray for you because that's.
She doesn't want that at all. Whether in the sitting room or in the.
No, she said she doesn't want ceremony.
No. She
She
doesn't want it at all.
Because according to our tradition, our culture, you don't give yourself out for marriage.
Yeah, Baba said.
The registry means you are giving yourself out for marriage. But if you want me as your parents to hand you over to your husband, they must do what we want them to do. Because if I was a mother of a son, right, and don't worry, we are not going to the registry. Don't give my parents anything they ask. You just dash yourself to my son. If anything happens, your parent does not have the right to come and ask me any jack or nonsense. I'll tell them off.
Yeah, Sarah.
You know. So if my daughter says she doesn't want it, my hands are off. As far as I am concerned.
Mommy Joanna, look outside. That is a free wife. How will the husband appreciate her? Yawo Sarah. Okay. Okay.
How do we have confidence to go and meet the parents?
Pay dowry, right?
Let me tell you.
Okay, let me play what the parents say.
The ceremony, but you're not going to skip the dowry.
Parents, what would you do if I told you that I do not want any parts of the dowry ceremony? I just want to have the white wedding and go. They need to pay dowry, right?
Let me tell you another. You can skip all the other parts of the ceremony, but you're not going to skip the dowry.
But I just said to you, I'm skipping it. Like,
when you say
skipping, that means we don't pay your dowry? No dowry is getting paid. I just want the white wedding. That's not.
Then you're not getting married.
No, you don't want to get married then.
Do you understand marriage? Do you understand? Marriage is not the white wedding. Marriage is not going to a church
and then some priests that doesn't even understand what's going on. We just come and pray, going for a marriage certificate. Marriage is when I, the father, along with your mom, we meet with your husband to be family, and we agree. That marriage. As long as we do not agree, there's no marriage. You can call it any other name you want, any other, say that our union, my partner, but that person will never be your husband. And let me tell you, I keep saying this. If you go stay with a man without my consent, without me agreeing to that union, it's a curse. I'll keep repeating that. It's a curse.
It's not that we are cursing.
You're not gonna get the curse from me.
No, it's just
wrong
to do that.
It's wrong. And I always advise people, I mean, I don't know how you got together.
We're gonna respect when I get
but if you never did that, if you never respect the tradition of your wife, try to fix that, because you are missing out on a lot of blessings. And guess what? You may not see anything negative now, but you have children.
And you're gonna live to regret.
It's gonna end up catching up with you.
Yeah.
So honor your spouse. If you've never done that, go try it.
Honor him by giving you this beautiful woman that you are.
So Natalie, you can skip everything else. For me, once I get the dowry, you can go with your husband.
Yeah.
If that's what you want.
One Friday morning, I give her the dowry. We're just gonna let you go.
And again, dowry is not like I'm selling you. No, I'm not selling anybody.
It's a way of honoring you, and
I'm not selling. Even if it's $1,
we can just inform other people. Like, okay, listen, no $1.
What I'm saying is not the amount that matters. It can be it's the gesture. It can be $1. It can be $20,000. It can be whatever the family agree. And let me tell you, when somebody shows up, it's not like I don't want you to go. No. My prayer is like, thank God somebody is here for I'll make it easier, but respecting my tradition. You understand what I'm saying? I'll respect my tradition, but I'm not going to be like, oh, this is an opportunity for me to start a business with that money. No.
Parents, what would you do if
I love how the father explained everything too. Because sometimes there's a wrong. I came across a topic or whatever, or discussion online recently, where people were saying, why would you even exchange your daughter for money? It doesn't make sense. It makes it look like you're selling the child. It makes it. And I like what this person said. He said, explain the importance of dowry. If she refuses then let her be. I think a lot of times people don't understand the importance of dowry. Yes, ma'am.
I think the whole problem lies amongst parents. So it's high time we sort of train our children and let them know the importance of traditional marriage, you know, and then the symbolic impact. Because the cultural impact on a traditional wedding. Like the thing is, if like my children cannot say that to me, in the sense that they already know it's a discussion we've made over and over again, you know. So there's no way any one of them could come to me and say, oh, can we skip that? They know that is 100% impossible. But in a situation where other kids are asking such, it clearly shows that they have not really they don't really have any
the in-depth understanding,
So they lack understanding. And if we have to look at it critically, it still lies on the parents because they are the one who refuse to inform those children. You know what I mean? So I'll say that it's important that we let our children know the cultural value, the cultural
behind the traditional way. Yes.
Even if they are not having a ceremony, like the man said in that conversation, make sure that the rights, you know, the so-called husband, affirms the rights according to the family tradition. Whatsoever is required in that family to be done by
the groom's family,
family of
the groom. Yes.
So we have to let them know that it is very important for the parents.
Yeah.
And through them as well as a couple.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to sort of get that one clear.
Get them educated. Thank you so much, sis. You're so right. Somebody said, how much is even the money said? It's not about the money. The dad has done well. I think like Moses said, we need to educate our children on a daily basis. But having said that, despite the education, sometimes these people, this younger generation, they have a forum where they will come back and start questioning the training that you already gave them. You know, training them is one thing. Another thing is for them to accept. Another thing for them is to be influenced by other people who don't have a clue. And you know, sometimes these children, these influences, it can come from anywhere. It could even be the group that is saying, what does your parents mean by this and blah 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 blah. We need to have been able to stop that understanding in them, so that if anybody confront them or question it, they'll be able to have better explanation for it. Because I will never understand why anybody will say, I don't want to do this, I just want to go. I just want to do the white wedding. White wedding does not belong to us. And this is why we're doing what we're doing, creating awareness. Somebody saw me and said, Central London, I'm going to keep doing that. Whatever we can do as well. And then whenever we conduct traditional weddings, I think as Alaga should be spending like a minute or two to explain further the importance of what we're doing, when we're about to start, and the importance of getting it done. You know, when people hear the meaning, apart from the Ashwebi saga, the gele, you're gonna marry Nigerian, you're gonna wear gele to my wedding. Apart from that saga, we need to be able to explain to people, even during traditional wedding. Because one of the people I interviewed when I went to Central London was saying, I don't know, I just see them. Am I supposed to know? It's Nigerian, no? The person's name is Ronke. She said, I didn't even know. I didn't know. What was it? I just said we gathered together and then somebody was getting married and that's about it. I don't know nothing else. You know, so every stage as well, maybe we need to be explaining. Thank you so much, Kamostik. I'm going to go to the next Abalakinikish if there's nobody saying anything on this particular one. But please, like Kamostik said, very important. Let us continue to educate our children. Some of these children, they have no clue. Some do, but they get influenced outside. I hope that, you know, we will keep this tradition going so it doesn't just fade away or get stigmatized like the Nigerian people are selling their children for money. Because I've heard a young person say that before. I learned that in Nigeria people are selling their children for money. They call it dowry or bride price. Somebody was even arguing if it has the word price on it, that means you're selling your child, you're selling your daughter. If you're not selling your daughter, why would you have the name price on it? You know, stuff like that. We need to sit people like that down and educate them. Your Baba said, train up a child in the way you should go, and he or she should go. They won't depart from it. It starts from when they are young. Yeah. So God help us. Let's try our best. I'm going to do the last Abalakinikish so we can close this show for tonight. Please let's pay attention to this one. This one is a little bit. I got something on a particular show and I'm like, I'm going to bring this here. Even though sometimes we will discuss something like that, but I'm going to bring this here again. What would you do? Let's do this. Wonder. Why is it not talking now? Sorry. So hold on, no, sorry.
Houses, businesses. Can you imagine that my wife has houses, businesses, and I know nothing about them?
Farm. How long have you been married?
For the past 10 years, we have been living together.
Wow.
Yet, she has so many secrets. Some few days ago, I asked my wife to save a particular number for me of one of my clients because my phone was dead at that time. And then I tried retrieving that number and
from her phone.
Yeah. And then a text came into the phone, and that was our caretaker. My wife has 3 houses.
Wow.
4 supermarkets. And just to name few other properties that I know nothing about.
Wow.
Even when we're struggling, we had no money, we had no place to stay. My wife made up a story that he got us an apartment where he has negotiated with the landlord for us to pay gradually. I fell into that without knowing that house, that particular house, is owned by my wife, and I've been paying rent for the past 5 years. To make the matter worse, every year the rent is increased. Can you beat that? Can you imagine that?
Oh God. Okay, people. I'm sure we heard that.
Can you imagine that my wife?
How many of us actually heard that? Did we get the story? If you got the story, let me know. Did you get the story? This is the Abalakini cliche. What would you do if you were in this man's shoes? If you heard the story, let me know. Can you signify? Did you hear the story? I think I'll probably paraphrase. A man is talking about his wife having multiple properties and businesses that he is not aware of. In fact, one of the properties is where they hire the rent to live in, and they're paying rent. He's paying rent, and every time the woman is even increasing the rent and stuff like that. The man only just discovered now. And the man is saying, can you imagine? So if you were that man, what would you do? Somebody said, that's not nice. Yes, we heard. Somebody said, ayele. Okay, what would you do if you were that man? I know the first reaction would be like, ayele, oh, this is too much. Oh, why would anybody do that to their husband and stuff like that? The one that got me was the fact that the lady was increasing the rents every year. Somebody said, yes, we heard. What would you do if you were that man? Paying rent to the wife. I've heard this before. Yeah. Paying rent to the wife. And the woman have multiple businesses. Yeah. She responded in another video. Yeah, I know. But what would you do? Let's forget that we have seen what happened in the video before we even know what happened or the reason behind this person. Let's say that you're hearing this for the first time. What would you do? Because I'm going to talk about why she did what she did and how the man responded. Because every day, Laman Kogbon, when I saw that, I said definitely I'm going to bring that on this show. They said they are business partners, not a couple. Yeah, she must have had some bad experience. Okay, that's true. Maybe she did have some bad experiences. Well, maybe. So, but what would you have done if you were the man? Before we go into what the woman did or why she did what she did or what the man eventually did.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, it is a very dicey situation. What the woman did. And we need to know why she did it. It is not nice for her to do that. But at the same time, obviously the man will get really, really hot because of the situation, but we didn't know what caused it. But what happens if this is this woman's way of life, the way to protect, like she thinks she wants to be 1 or 2 steps ahead of her husband. What happens to women when they hear that their husband have got like 3 or 4 children outside? They still stay in that marriage. Most times they are not even remorseful for it. The only thing they just know is, let me know how to keep my own children.
Okay.
And sometimes, if a woman behaves like this, I don't know, I'm not a man, so I will not say, what would I do? I'm talking from my own perspective as a woman now. Sometimes some men are laid back. When the woman tells them, darling, let's do this, they'll be like, not yet. She may or would have told the husband, Jakashile. Some men can drag you back like 20 years. They can drag you 20 years backward. And some men are so extravagant.
Wasteful. They are not prudent.
Very wasteful. They are not prudent at all. And some men, they are, let me call them universal donor. Everybody calls them Mr. Good. Uncle is nice. Uncle nice is gone. But their household is suffering. So if this woman falls in that category, personally, I would do the same thing.
So the motive behind it can be positive.
It can be positive. Yes. It can.
Oh God.
And sometimes, some of us women, we might think the way of life, yes, the man might be very good in the house.
Yeah.
But at the same time, how does he, she father of all nations, see every year, because majority of men believe why tell me you go the cow? Why can't we just respect ourselves as couple? Because
that might be why. Yeah. Yeah.
Does not mean some men, they do very well to their wives and children at home, but so the woman will now put
her head. Okay.
So my own take on it. But all in all, what the woman did was not good. But
okay, ma.
She might have her own special
reasons. Thank you so much, ma. I appreciate you. Mommy Jenna, look, I said, but what about? What brought about that thought for a woman to do that? There's a big reason behind it. There will be. Somebody said I will try and find out. Kini Eshemi. Mommy Ashabiokin says she would be told I ain't she word now. Okay, I think he's talking about when the man has multiple children outside and suddenly that woman will be told that's usually the the bottom line, you would the one stuff like that. I think that's what she's trying to say. Mommy Janulu said the woman don't just do
people should not crucify this woman if she's
Mommy Janulu said a woman does not just do things, or let me say most women. Some men are even evil, not caring about the woman or her children. Just based on what you said as well, that's very similar. Okay, let me play. If nobody has anything to say again. Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations. I wish I could see you and give you a big hug and kiss you on the cheek. Honestly.
Except when you virtual hug.
I'm sending you virtual and everything, because that was exactly what I wanted to say. You see, when I saw the story of in all honesty, as a couple, as a husband and wife, you're meant to be on the same page anyways. So if you are building houses, buying cars, buying, investing or something, you should be doing it together as a couple. That's normal.
That's the norm. Yeah, that should be the normal thing. Yeah.
So, but in other case, they said there are two sides
to a story. Yeah.
So we can't blame the woman. We can't applaud the woman. Neither can we crucify the woman.
Crucify her.
Because we don't really know what
transpired. Yeah.
Between the two of them.
Yeah.
Like Bukilicious mentioned, some men are very laid back. As in, they will pull you from 100 to 10 if you are not careful. Because tó bá ní intention àti lọ síwájú, àwọn ready láti máa fa ìpadà sẹ́yìn. And when I say fa ìpadà sẹ́yìn, it's not like they are literally pulling you back.
Yeah, as in, yeah.
Back. But gbogbo nǹkan náà máa fi máa pull you back. Nǹkan tó bá yẹ kó ṣe, nǹkan tó yẹ kó ṣe, ìwọ ló máa stop ṣe. And if I say that a man is laid back, he's not proactive, everything, we are not wicked though. We have a very soft heart. It's
not common, Ben.
It's not common in women láti ṣèkà fún ọkùnrin. They get to
Ben.
For that woman to have done that, I can categorically say she has her reasons. Number one, she must have heard something. You really think say why?
Yeah.
If I'm really paid, I will not say a word. Action. As in action, we will just be seeing action. I will not even make any. Forget about marriage. Even if it's a relationship, friendship, whatever it is. I am not going to be doing blah 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 blah. But you will tell because every part of me will be speaking.
Thank you, sis.
And that's because so
Benny.
that woman she's actually paying. So that's what we pay.
Okay, I think we should hear from the woman. Let's hear what the woman have to say. Let's hear what ma'am. Let's hear what the woman have to say, because I really like.
I know I shouldn't have, but I'm coming from a really, really bad place. Okay, when I was a child, I witnessed my mom striving to make my dad who he is. She did everything humanly possible to see that my father succeeded. She was the best and strongest and wisest when it came to business. And so automatically, my father's businesses soared. She had everything. And then, what happened? My mom fell ill. Everything that my mother had was not in her name. It was in my father's name. Wow. All my father needed to do was to release money to take care of my mother. And what did he do? He kicked my mother out of the house, threw her to the village. My mom, with all her sweat, died as a pauper. Died wretched. She couldn't even get medical attention. And I swore, I vowed, it will never happen to me.
Okay, people, we heard the woman. We heard her reason. Is that a good enough reason for the woman to do what she did?
Sorry, ma'am. That was the last thing that I did not add. Childhood trauma also because experience. You can tell that this woman, she had a very terrible,
experience.
Experience. You can tell. Right from her childhood, she has decided that, okay, so she was determined from the beginning. It does not matter, in this case, it does not matter whether the man was a transparent or not. She had already made a decision that, okay, this is either good or bad. I'm not here to judge her. I guess because but she already had that. This is childhood trauma. It's already in her brain. Nothing could ever change that woman because she experienced that amongst thingy. And that was stuck.
That thing sat in her brain all her life. Yes. Yeah.
So it does not really matter whether the man is a good man or is not a good man. Whether it's a laid back man.
It's a very cogent reason. Okay. Somebody says it's a very cogent reason. Now, sorry, Kamostik, let me interrupt you, ma. No, I know you say you don't want to judge whether what she did is good or not. No, I don't want you to be like that. Is that a good enough reason if for a woman to do that to a man, or even for a man to do that to a woman? If a man had the same experience, let's not put it on a woman now, man or woman, anybody, a spouse, to do that to their spouse. Because you said I had experienced it, my dad was not nice to my mom did all the wahala, and my dad, all of the whatever happened in your family, your back home. Are those good enough reasons for a woman or a man to treat their spouse the way this woman has treated her spouse? Somebody said it's a very cogent reason. Somebody said that reason is not good enough. Yes, ma'am. Somebody said the man was just unlucky to fall in her hand. That's a very bad reason. Okay, so what do we think? Is it a good reason or a bad reason? People are saying it's a good reason.
Something, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
As a Christian and as a wife as well, I won't say it's a good reason. But to some extent, if we are in this woman's shoe, it's more than enough reason to do what she has done. Because experience, they say, is the best teacher. And what you know is what you what you know is what you know.
I'll tell you what this woman went through categorically happened to my mother. And I would not lie to you, if not that I am seeing this woman's program, this woman's show, If I had the money to establish a business on my own, on by my name, without putting any spouse's name or involving them, I will do it. Because, let me just cite an example. My mom is my father's first wife, or let me say was my father's first wife. They traveled together to the US. She was working, he was studying. He became a medical doctor. Both came back to Nigeria. My mother worked because my mom's parents were richer than my father's parents. So they actually sent my dad to school. Coming back home, he started thriving. He built hospitals. My father started having numerous women, not as girlfriends, as wives. And by the time he died, before he died,
including our including hey, Lord have mercy, sorry.
Yes, including my mother's house girl. My mother's house girl that was supposed to look after us happened to be the second wife.
Oh my God, man, they will stain your wife.
So this is my mom's sweat and blood. And she did not live in that house to enjoy her labor. She, you know, that trauma, and that Omodo was now raising shoulders with my mom and all of that. Right. My mom moved out of the house. She continued her life. And when my father died, my mother did not get anything. Anything at all. And when my daddy was fully made, so I have every right to do the same thing this woman did. Every right. You think I'll put a man's name?
Okay, ma. Thank you for sharing that very.
They say is the best teacher.
Thank you. Yeah.
And she wasn't told, she wasn't advised, she wasn't educated. So she only knew what she knew. I guess
I'm going to read comments on Instagram. Somebody said she has not healed from her past. Obviously. Absolutely. Somebody said, what if the husband now? Ma?
Nobody heals from such trauma.
Yeah. Somebody said, what if the husband is the best husband? Why pair your husband with the same as your father?
That means that man himself is not a transparent. I'm sorry to say.
No, he was actually. Then somebody said, exactly, man, that's not good at all, including the side chicks. Now somebody said if they are both spirit filled, they shouldn't do that to themselves. Yes. Now let me come to, because I still have like some clips from that scene, but because of time, I'm just going to kind of how do you say just summarize. Ma?
Sorry, ma. Sorry.
Okay, so I think the major thing here is nobody can take away the fact that trauma has a big hold on anybody. Whether or not we believe it, we are shaped by what we experienced when we were growing on. Like MC when I said trauma, she must have seen some signs. We cannot not reflect on what we've experienced when we're growing up and something like that. And then when we talk about reflecting on what we have been through, the trauma that we have been through, it can happen both ways. It can happen in negative and it can also happen in the positive. You understand? Some people say, because I see my parents go through this, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to go that line. Some people say, that's exactly what I'm going to do, or even worse. Now, what this woman did, like Kemosik said, we're not meant to judge her. She has not healed. That was a lot of trauma. You can see that when she was still talking, she was still crying. That was a lot of trauma for anybody. Yeah, that was a lot of trauma. That was painful. That hurt so badly. That hurts really, 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 really bad. Even while she was talking about it in the comment section, people were saying, sisterhood is proud of you, womanhood is proud of you, we can't blame you, we can't blah, 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 blah. But having said that, in any relationship, you don't carry baggage from your past into this new relationship. Except you see the traits of this particular thing. We are trust. If you see that, but if you trust the like the show me Shege Promax. I trusted you the second time. You showed me Shege Promax. This third time, it will not happen. Then I will support this woman wholeheartedly. But according to her, she said, my husband has not really been like this to me. The man said, I'm very transparent to her. I've never ever blah 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 blah. And the woman, and the woman actually attests to that. That in fairness, her husband has not been a bad person to her, and she shouldn't have done that, but she just couldn't help it because it was too traumatic for her. And then the hate and the unforgiveness that she had over her dad, she brought it upon an innocent man who happens to be her own husband and the father of her children. I don't think that's good. I don't think that's fair on the man. I don't think that's fair on the man, you know. I don't think it should be, because as it is right now, even when she repents and eventually bring the man on board, and this is damn awkward. This can never be the same. You were shamefully trust the one not shy. What to hide? I don't know what to for me for so long. You know, it's a very painful and sad thing that, you know, experience will definitely shape you. Trauma will shape you. Experience, whether good or bad, will shape you. We've seen a lot of women that trust men. We've seen a lot of men that trust women and ended up in trouble. So when people are over careful, it's kind of, but I don't think it is fair to carry the baggage from your previous relationship or from your parents into your home. If God has helped you to find a good man, and you did not see any, the man has not proved anything to show that he will do what your father did, I don't think it is fair. That's number one. Number two, I think that her increasing the increase rent lọ́dọọdún lẹ́yìn tó rent ilé ẹ̀ fún wọn tó ń gbé ń bẹ̀ ilé títí ẹ̀ ó tún increase rent lọ́dọọdún haba. That is like showing shege and then putting pro max on top of that shege. That's not fair. I don't.
Disrespecting the man, she was still doing her wifely duty.
She was, yeah, she was. Yeah, she was.
Disrespect her, despite all she had.
Yeah, she did not. She's a very humble woman. The man said apart from what she did, she's been an amazing woman. She's very it's a transferred aggression. Yeah, but she has been living in lies all her life. I don't even know. One thing again I'm wondering is ọkùnrin ò lákìíyèsí o tó bá jẹ́ àwọn obìnrin ni wọ́n ti máa mọ̀ bákanbákan ilé mẹ́rin supermarket márùn-ún lábẹ́ òrùlé ẹ̀. Jesus, making another man pay for the sins of another man. Yeah, and that one really shocked me. I said, wow, that woman can keep secrets for whatever. Me tell the shame me. I don't know. Then now let's come back to apart from this woman, in this woman's case, her reason for doing this was childhood trauma. Now let's come back to other things that we have mentioned that could be the cause of this unfortunate incident, which, whether we like it or not, it is realistic. We are just being realistic. If a man is laid back, I mean, reason that I feel can justify this action. If a man is laid back, like we have said, if my man is laid back, he's not ready to do anything, you know, like I know a friend of mine that moved into this country she came from Nigeria. Her husband came to marry her from Nigeria, and the man has been here for like almost 20 years before he came to marry the wife. Everything the woman is trying to do, she was like, necessary. Why do we have to do that? So the woman was like, so the woman started doing stuff. You know, and I know somebody that actually built a house on behalf of the family without telling the man, because so I would see that as a good reason for doing that. Then if a man is wasteful, like somebody said, I say it's a very good reason for doing that. If a man is wasteful, I know that the moment about him mobile, I think it's a good reason to do that. If your husband or your wife is not prudent, you can start doing things and pushing for the raining days. You know, then also when a man is always doing for the outsiders without doing to you. I know somebody that her husband is like Father Christmas. Everybody knows uncle. In the presence of uncle self, some of them started sleeping with this man. because uncle is always giving, uncle is always dashing out too, and some people find themselves into this uncle's bed just because of his generosity. So if a woman like that is saying stuff like that, you know, so if your husband is like that, your wife is like that, you can actually, I think that would be a good reason for doing that. Above all, in any relationship that is not 100% trust, it's not easy, it's not good. But so we should be able to protect ourselves and the future of our children. You know, may God help us. So please, people, I just want to say a big thank you to us all for an amazing episode of our favorite show tonight. It will be our Let's Talk Traditional Wedding and More with Meet the Royals. Personally, I have been tremendously blessed tonight. I enjoyed this episode. It was a very beautiful one, and I really want to appreciate everybody for their support, for being here for 2.5 hours. That's not a joke. I do appreciate everybody for joining me and for participating. Lágbára Ọlọ́run, ọ̀sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀ a tún padà bọ̀ by the grace of God. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe máa sọ fún wa ní ọ̀sẹ̀ wípé ó máa ń wọní ká jẹran pẹ́ lẹ́nu, àmọ́ òun fàánà fún osophagus ní kì í gbà fún wa tó bẹ́ẹ̀ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ àárín jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ lórí ètò lẹ́ni ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa. Mo ṣe máa sọ fún wa lọ́sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ wípé èmi Olúwabùnmi aya Òṣìbẹ̀rù lílọ ni mo tuntun ti ń lọ yìí. Ogun ó lọ kò dé kò ní bá mi, ogun ó dé kò bá wọn kò mà ní jẹ́ tiyín. Mo gbà ní àdúrà wípé ayọ̀, ìdùnnú, àlàáfíà àti ìfọkànbalẹ̀ tí mo fi yín sílẹ̀ ní òun náà ni máa padà wá bá yín lọ́jọ́ mẹ́jọ lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Wọ́n fàsìkò sọ fún gbogbo wa wípé láyọ̀ láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o, mo ní láyọ̀ láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o, ẹ̀yin ò ní forígún, èmi ò ní fẹsẹ̀ kọ, mọ́tò yòówù ká lè wọ̀ kò ní forí sọ̀gì o, láyọ̀ láyọ̀ la ó máa, láyọ̀ láyọ̀ la máa pàdé, láyọ̀ láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé. Thank you everybody, God bless you. See you next week by the special grace of God. Bye. Thank you Instagram, thank you TikTok, thank you YouTube.
Let's talk traditional wedding. Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò náà. Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó. Tó bọ́dé lọ́kàn. Let's talk traditional wedding. Ṣé ti gbọ́? Ètò Let's talk traditional wedding ló lọ lọ́wọ́.
Oya jíjẹ.
Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó. Tó kọ́ni lọ́gbọ́n. Let's talk traditional wedding. Every Tuesday on Instagram, every Tuesday on Facebook, 6 p.m. UK time, every Tuesday on Facebook. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún mi lóye. Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún mi lóye.
Thank you so much, everybody. God bless you. See you next week by the special grace of God. God bless you. Bye. Thank you.